Yankers, welcome. It's Thinking Game Trivia with me, Quizmaster Jack, here playing Buzzword. In 2025, it's week 29. We're just going to get into it. Target score, an even 100, a nice and clean 100. So just have to get a little better than triple digits in order to improve the overall score.
In this film, a cop says that a character played by Hank Azaria had his head all the way up a woman's rear end. A bank robbery led by Neil McCauley's crew leads to this film's massive shootout scene. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino star in, for 10 points, what 1995...
Just Heat? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Heat. I keep remembering. I gotta remember what the name of the guy who messed up, like the guy that they bring in to fill in at the end, and he goes crazy. It's like Lonergan or something. Editor Jack, help me out. What's that guy's name? If you look it up, then you'll remember. It's present Jack. Can't.
In a 2013 episode of this show, Alyssa Edwards was mocked for having back rolls by Jade Jolie. The phrase, "the library is open," introduces a recurring reading challenge on this series.
Reading challenge?
The game show parody Snatch Game is played on...
I don't know, but I kind of... It felt like it was probably going to be Drag Race, but I've never watched a single episode. But through being a trivia player in 2025... I've heard about the Snatch Game, which I believe is Match Game, but with the queens.
In this game, a moon scale is balanced by the elderly owl Otis. In this 2012 game, a follow-up to Bubble Witch by the Swedish developer King, over 15,000 levels are divided into episodes such as Minty Meadow. For 10 points, in what mobile game does the player match groups of 3 suites?
I'm just going to say Candy Crush. If it's Candy Crush Saga, they should still give it to me. Always bummed when it's a Candy Crush video game question. But that's me being biased, which I'll own up to. I have no defense. I just think there's more interesting video games to talk about.
A song by this band that states nothing to hide, Believe What I Say, was co-written by keyboardist Jonathan Cain. This band's album Escape includes Open Arms and a song in which Steve Perry sings about a midnight train going anywhere. For 10 points, name...
It'd be Journey. Yeah. There was Don't Stop Believin'. You just have to remember that it's Journey that does Don't Stop Believin'.
Prior to Schindler's List, this was the last black and white film to win Best Picture. This film ends on New Year's Eve as Fran says, "Shut up and deal" to Bud Baxter. For 10 points, what Billy Wilder comedy stars Jack Lemmon?
Yeah, Shut Up and Deal. That's The Apartment. I keep thinking there's something in like a Streetcar Named Desire where they're dealing cards, but that's not at the end. I don't think that's at the end. Not necessarily the last. I think there's some where comedies have won Best Picture, but Apartment, one of the last, I feel like, straight up comedies that just won Best Picture.
This actress played the prison worker Tilly in Escape at Dannemora. She portrayed Allison, who solves crimes by speaking to the dead, on Medium. A manager played by this woman invented a procedure to spatially restrict memories on behalf of Lumen. For 10 points,
Lumen?
Who plays Ms. Cobell on Severance?
Oh, it's Patricia Arquette. Okay, good. I was thinking about somebody else. Jennifer Love Hewitt was some sort of spirit medium, but not Patricia Arquette's. Jennifer Love Hewitt, notably not on Severance yet.
A 2025 single by this artist recalls how MDMA in the back garden will blow our pupils up and asks, "Baby, what was that?" This artist performed with Charlie XCX on the remix of Girl So Confusing. The 2025 album Virgin is the follow-up to Solar Power by, for 10 points, what New Zealand pop singer?
I know one New Zealand pop singer. put in Lord. That's the New Zealand pop singer that I know.
A 1979 series about the world of this place was the first comic book miniseries and depicted such residents as Beppo the Monkey. The criminals Jax and General Zod were exiled by this planet's government to the
It's gotta be Krypton. General Zod, he's from Krypton. He wants you to kneel before him. But just send him to the Phantom Zone.
In 1988, this man proposed a namesake variety of digital clock. In his book My 60 Memorable Games, he wrote that E4 is best by test. In Reykjavik, in 1972...
let's just say it's Bobby Fischer. I don't know who else. I don't know what other chess guy they're going to talk about from that time period. But E4, that means... And for a while, when they talked about my best games, I thought, oh, maybe it's a game designer. Somebody who designed a bunch of games. But no, it's a guy who played a bunch of games. While I don't know the particular details of those things, Bobby Fischer was really the only answer that made sense there.
This actor played a video game designer who bases one of his characters on Tiffany, a woman who cannot remember her past. In that 2021 sequel, this man played Thomas Anderson, who was last seen flying off with
It's Keanu Reeves. All right. The old 1, 2, 3. The Feist, as I like to call it. I've never called it that before, and I probably never will again, but 123, 10 out of 10. And we've improved our score. Just nothing crazy, no crazy buzzes. Just get every question right, and you get 100 points. All right, over here in sports, the number I have to beat is Randy Moss's number, 84.
This school's only win over a ranked opponent in 2025 was an 82-73 victory over number 23 Illinois. It had a losing record and failed to make a postseason tournament despite having 2 eventual top 5 picks.
I think it's Colorado. Rutgers. Was this a basketball question? I think that was actually a basketball question. I was answering a football question, but they gave me a basketball question.
A union for players of this sport held the 4-on-4 challenge at Copps Coliseum during a labor dispute. This sport's flagship league played a 48-game schedule in 1994-1995. A 2004-2005 lockout canceled an entire pro season of, for 10 points, what sport, meaning no one won the 2005 Stanley Cup.
I didn't know there were that many work stoppages. 4-on-4 makes a lot more sense. I was thinking of sports where 4-on-4 made sense. And yeah, ice hockey is really the only one that did, but I couldn't get there.
This man began 2025 in a huge slump, going 0 for 21 with 15 strikeouts in his first 5 games. After an injury to teammate Tristan Casas, this player angered management by refusing to play first base.
That's got to be Devers then. So then they traded him to the Giants from the Red Sox. And I think their record has been really good since they traded him. So baseball.
A team currently based in this state was the last NFL team coached by Gene Stallings before he went to Alabama. In 1993, Paul Tagliabue moved the Super Bowl away from this state after it refused to honor MLK Day. For 10 points, in 1988, what state became the new home of the NFL's St. Louis Cardinals?
Okay. I don't know why I buzzed there. They said St. Louis and I buzzed in going, oh, but I didn't hear ruh. I heard car. So that means it's Cardinals, not Rams. And the Arizona Cardinals moved there. A lot of clues about Arizona not being cool.
At this year's Winter Olympics, all 5 men's speed skating golds were swept by Eric Heiden. In this year, Neil Broughton and Mike Eruzione were members of a large...
It's 1980. Those were the guys on the Miracle on Ice. I know some hockey. I don't know about the low points of hockey. I know about the high points of hockey. Like America winning. Yeah. Eruzione was maybe the captain of that Lake Placid team. I'm surprised there wasn't a pre-prompt on there. I guess they said year pretty early. But usually there's a little bit of a pre-prompt saying don't give the city, give the year. And they didn't do that for Rutgers either. I wonder if they're trying to pare back on the pre-prompts.
Red Auerbach did not require this man to undergo a physical before the season in which he won Sixth Man of the Year. Despite being the reigning MVP, this man sat out the 1978-1979 season 2 years after he won a title under coach Jack Ramsey. For 10 points, name this UCLA and Blazers center.
I really don't know what they're asking for. That was Bill Walton. Okay. I guess I don't know anything about the professional career of Bill Walton.
Since 2000, this man, Nomar Garciaparra, and Ichiro Suzuki have all had a season batting .372. This man's knee injury led to Peyton Manning becoming the starting quarterback at Tennessee. This first baseman was a member of the 2004 Hall of Fame class. For 10 points, name this longtime Rocky.
Oh. Todd Helton? Huh. Things you didn't know about Todd Helton, the question. What do they mean that was he a quarterback? Was he the quarterback at Tennessee before Peyton Manning? I mean, he must have been.
In a 2022 game against Denver, this quarterback stepped out of the back of the end zone, resulting in a safety. Both this Eastern Illinois alum and Trey Lance were injured in 2022, allowing Brock Purdy to start.
Who was
For 10 points, in 2019, what former backup to Tom Brady led the 49ers to a Super Bowl?
It's Garoppolo. Garoppolo? They'll give me that. They'll give me that because I spelt it right. Letter for letter. Nope, actually, it's not letter for letter. I was going to brag about how well I spelt Jimmy Garoppolo's name, but I spelt it wrong.
The inaugural men's World Athletics champion over this distance was Steve Cram. British runners Jake Whiteman and Josh Kerr both won world titles at this distance by defeating Jakob Ingebrigtsen. For 10 points, what flagship middle distance is sometimes called the metric mile?
I think it's the 1500. I'm gonna try the 1500. All right. Slowly and steadily. I think I've gotten all of them on giveaways.
The player wields this equipment in a namesake family of sports that includes Russian pyramid and bulk line. This equipment is often made of ash wood in a sport once dominated by Willie Mosconi. For 10 points, what long tapering equipment is used?
Okay, I'm just going to say a pool cue. All right, there we go. Solid 92. I got 2 wrong. I don't even remember getting 2 wrong. I got Bill Walton wrong, and I got the basketball questions wrong again. It happened again, thinkers. I got the basketball questions wrong. An overall improvement. Better in pop culture, better in sports, just better in general. How are you doing? Thanks for watching. If you want to play Buzzword yourself, you can do it at naqt.com/buzzword, and you can help me out by watching videos on this channel, liking those videos, and subscribing. It's a good time. There's so many videos. So many videos. Once again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I have a good time playing these. Hope you have a good time watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.